this morning I'm going to finish framing the front wall. I'm going to make the door myself, and it's going to swing out. It's going to be center mass, and it's going to be a narrow door, 24 inches. So after I'm done framing the front wall, I'll get the porch done. It's going to have 4x4 posts coming up, 3 of them. Haven't quite figured that out yet. A lot of this I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. So you got to kind of think ahead. I got to finish up the blocking on the walls and insulation. So the insulation in the shower portion is going to be this 2-inch foam board, Artec. But in here, the sauna portion, I think I'm just going to use rock wool. Also, for the shower sauna, I have to also make another small door to get in there because I want this pretty much isolated from that 180, 190 degree temperatures that are going to happen in the sauna. Sauna stove will go in this corner here. Door in the middle. There's going to be a bench that comes along here. I haven't decided on the shower door if it's going to open in or it's going to open out. There's going to be another wall right here. That'll leave me room for the window trim. If I brought it out any further, the window trim would look goofy. So my batteries and pumps and all that, I haven't quite figured that out. Although I would like the shower head on this wall of the shower. So that would mean running the plumbing short and having the pump here. And if I put the pump there, then I want the batteries real close. So unfortunately, the wall that's going to separate the sauna from the shower doesn't leave me a whole lot of room for my water bin, but I figured out a go around for that. My other option is just to put the pump and the water here, build a bench seat over here, put the batteries in there and the inverter in here. The ceiling in here is all going to be flat, and that's going to be pine, tongue and groove. That's what I decided on for everything. It's going to be tongue and groove pine. The floor, I'm going to buy 1x4s. I have 40 of them out here right now, but I'm going to make the floor myself, and then it's going to have a drain in the center of the shower sauna. After that, I can start with my wall sheathing. Once the sheathing's done, then I can run my ridge beam and my rafters and get this thing dried in. That's the goal. I need to get it dried in by Monday morning. So I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get this done. The roofing, I don't have the exact measurements. So after I get the roofing up there, then I can take my measurements and call it into town, and they can cut the roofing exactly. I won't have to cut any of the roofing other than for the stovepipe. Let me get this front wall going. That's the plan. All right, front wall is now up. Came out pretty well. I thought the 24-inch opening for the door would be pretty small, but it's actually perfect. Door's gonna swing out. Still got to figure out the shower entry door. Gonna have that one swing it out into the sauna. Alright, I need to get this nailed to the side walls. And then I'm going to put my double top plates up. That's good. It's all good. Oh, I forgot to cut my my threshold. So that's gonna be easy enough though. Once I move these boards out of the place, I'll just run a Sawzall down there, get this threshold board out of the way. I might just keep that there. I can figure that out at the end though, because I made my door If you're not a daily carpenter, it's so easy to make stupid mistakes. I do believe I cut my door opening 80 inches, so that is my standard door. Yeah, I cut the opening 80 inches from that plate, so if I cut that out, then my door is 81 and a half. Probably gonna leave it there. Trip hazard, but I'm the only one that can trip over it, so I'll accept that liability. It'd be easy enough to drop it down by just putting a 2x4 in here and cutting that one out. So I'm not going to nail that right now. Need to get the porch nailed down too, because I'm going to end up busting my butt on this. Alright. Need to get measurements for the top plate. Put two pieces up and I can start on insulation, well, blocking and insulation. Got quite a bit done today, but it always seems like you can get more done in your brain than you can physically. But I figured I'd be further along by now. 45 and a half. And a half. Surprisingly, everything's coming out pretty square. Just about perfect, really. Blocking on the front wall and the middle wall. Getting this porch screwed down this morning. I'll get going on insulation and sheathing today. Maybe this one. I might have a home for this. All right, I just need to cut a 1/4 inch off of this. What? Well, let me try. Let me try this. So the painter's tape isn't holding up too good. Go get some duct tape and put that on there. Because if we get any winds while I'm installing this, before the sheathing's up there, or the house wrap first. But if the winds kick up, it's going to blow all of them out all over the place. Mountain's not out this morning, hidden behind clouds. Okay, that was fun, putting house wrap in the wind on a cliff. Got to cut the door and the window opening. Probably leave the window opening closed for right now. There's a situation with the window. Didn't quite make it out here. My 3-pane window is a 2-pane window now. But I'm going to try to make it work. Show you in a minute. So that's some old Tyvek, like 25-year-old stuff, but it was perfect. I had the smaller stuff. Had a whole giant roll out here. I got a huge mess to clean up. Cut the door opening and get this thing dried in. Still cloudy. We need some rain. It's inbound like Tuesday, Monday night, Tuesday. Definitely need it. My cisterns are totally empty, but I got all my water jugs are full, so I'm good for another 2-3 weeks. So I'm going to end up using all my wood out here, all the 2x6x8s for the rafters. I'm going to use these 2x6s, which are 16 feet long. I'll have no wood for the workshop, so I'll have to order another batch of what I need for it. I did change the dimensions from 10x12 to 12x14. So hopefully I can get this done and move on to the concrete pilings that I need to pour. I need to get all the sauna tubes leveled and then put some rebar in there and pour all those. Everything's level already, and I have everything marked, the depth and the level indication. So I can take the brackets off and just get the sauna tubes in there, put the threaded rod down in that adhesive, let that dry before I pour the concrete, and just bring the concrete up to the blue tape. And the base will be ready to be built. So here is the triple pane window, and it made it all the way to the landing zone undamaged. But the thing is this urethane is still, or was still, sticky, and it's stuck to the sheet of plywood that was taped to. When I lifted it up, it was stuck pretty good, and it took nothing. I was gentle as I could be, but just that little bit of stickiness there, it popped that corner and crack. So what I'm going to have to do, watch, see how that urethane is stuck? What I'm going to have to do is cut that outer pane of glass off, cut all that urethane away, and then I'm going to go with these 2 panes. So hopefully, wish me luck, that I can salvage these 2 panes, and we'll just do without the third. A couple nails in my pocket. Throw it up there and take some measurements, see where I need to set the bottom of this. I really want it to overhang the flooring just a little bit, and I think it will. Also, I'm going to have that aluminum flashing that comes up the side. nails in this and then reevaluate. Looks crooked because the Tyvek's not trimmed flush up there. Get that top now. I didn't. It's two that I need to get. Well, that's enough for today. Get the rest of the sheathing tomorrow and maybe the rafters and hopefully the roof sheathing. Once that's done and I put the snow and ice shield on it, it'll be waterproof. I gotta work on that window too. If I can get that third pane off, then I'll put the 2-pane window in the window opening. I don't have enough out here to make a door, but when I go to work I'll just zip some plywood over the opening, keep Yogi out of there. All of those water jugs are full and I got 4 more inside right now. Really stiffened up with just the one wall on here too. Got 3 panels on here, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9 and 10. I got to get the Z-track. That'll go on the top and keep rain from getting down the backside. That'll butt up right up against the rafters, and I'll paint that brown. So this siding comes already pre-primed. Once everything's hung, I can start painting. But first things first, I need to get the shower sauna dried in. Really wish I had enough wood out here to make doors. At least one door. I got 2 doors I need to make. So this is going to be the shower. It's going to be nice. Instead of standing in a galvanized tub and showering, I can shower in a real shower. It's got some funky shelves. So all I'm going to put over here is the water basin, the pump, and the plumbing for the shower head, the batteries, All the batteries are going to go over here in a bench that I need to build with the wood that I don't have right now. Pine tongue and groove for the walls. After I hang the pine tongue and groove, it will get urethane in here and here only. Everything out in the sauna is going to be just wood, just no stain, nothing. The floor, I need to put a drain in this. Where the generator and the air compressor are at, that's where the sauna stove is going to go. Wood burning, obviously, out here. So I'm thinking the main bench is going to be right here. And I'll be able to look out over the wilderness and the mountain. And carry on the bench over here, but it's not really, I mean, you could sit on it, but you can't lean up against the window. So you'll be able to lean up against this wall. And then over here, I'm going to have another bench. High bench to sit on, and then a lower bench so that you can access the higher one. I don't know what I'm really going to do with the lower yet. How involved I'm going to get on that. So over in this corner, I'll have a little stack of wood. Or I may carry the bench all the way over. I'm undecided. I could always store wood underneath the bench over there. So I got that stack of wood to go through. I need to keep some of it and then put the rest over there on the burn pile, which we can't burn anything right now. A little too dry for all that. I had thought about doing just a slanted roof on the shower sauna at one point, but it would be too high and it would end up blocking my view of the wilderness from the cabin. So as much wind as it gets, it'll shed a lot of the snow off, as long as it's dry snow. If it's wet snow, I'll have to get up there and shovel it. So I'm kind of leaning towards a very modest roof like what the current shower sauna has. I'll probably go with a roof very similar to the current shower sauna, but a little, maybe a little bit steeper. But yeah, not much. All right, time to get something to eat, get some rest. Do this all again tomorrow. All right, I'm going over to get the last piece of T111 siding. I'll get that put up, and then tomorrow I'm going to work on the roof. We got some rain finally. That kind of held me up, but tomorrow's the roof. And it's supposed to be pretty decent out all day tomorrow. It's nice getting the rain though. My cisterns are completely full and all my water jugs are full, so that's always nice. So this has been fairly easy to put up. There's not much to it. I didn't cut out for the window yet. I got to work on that piece of glass and try to remove that third pane carefully without cutting myself. Yeah, going over to get the next piece of wood. Well, that piece was damaged in the perfect spot because that gets cut out. It was rainy all last night, all this morning, foggy, and all of a sudden the sun came out, so it's perfect. I didn't think I was going to get this done today. I only have tomorrow before the rains move back in. So got to get this roof up tomorrow. Get it dried in. I'm going to move the battery in the shower pump in here and take a shower in this thing. I got 4-inch corner trim that's going to be going on all 4 corners. The aluminum flashing will go down the sides, front, back. I like to get it painted before I go back to work too. It shouldn't take that long, just a couple hours to paint it. If the weather's good, I will. Let's run some nails in the bottom. I'm using larger ring shanks for the bottom and then eventually the top when I put the top trim on. Mark my corners, snap a chalk line. Ah. Ah. Okay, got the rafters cut and I'm nailing them up right now. Went with a 3-12 pitch. Since I probably won't have to get up there and shovel it, but if I do, I don't want it any steeper than that. Slowly getting there. I can dry it in. I don't need to do the porch part. I want to get the plywood on before it starts raining, but I do need to get the ladder extension off of the back. That gives me a 1-foot overhang on the back side. So I got 2 boards to cut and a bunch of blocks, 9-inch blocks. That'll give me 1-foot overhang on the back end. So the roof will end up actually being 17 feet long. So I need to knock that out real quick and yeah, get this done before the rain moves in. But I'm making progress. Mosquitoes are really bad today. torn up. All right, another rain shower headed my way. This one looks like a pretty good one, so wrapping it up, putting the tools away again. Seems like about 100 times. It's probably only been about 10, but get the tools out, work for an hour and a half, put them away. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the porch because I only have 10-foot 4x4s. This is 8-foot. So I'll have to come down to the porch with the 4x4s, and then I'll probably 6x6 down under here. So on the top of the sheathing where you see the house wrap sticking out, I got to put some what they call Z-track up there. That'll keep the rain out from behind the sheathing. It's going to be underneath the eave too, so mostly out of the weather. The thing is, the winds really drive and hit this wall right there. Those northeast winds in the winter can get pretty stupid. Denali's hidden behind the clouds again today. Came out for a little bit yesterday, only an hour or two. All right, race against the rain again today, every day. The sheathing on the roof is about to go up. Nice. I like it. Okay. Alright, smartest place to put the ladder. Probably over there. Okay. Now I can nail that one down. Alright, time to put the snow and ice shield on. Got another storm heading this way too, so hopefully I can get this whole roof done. I'm ever putting this down, and first 4 feet's not real pretty. Very sticky stuff. There you go. All right, second roll was much better. Never worked with this stuff before. Seems pretty stout though. Very sticky. I had dreams of tearing the workshop down this time home, but I don't think that's going to happen. Next time home, it definitely has to be torn down. And I'm going to be repurposing a lot of that lumber for the woodshed over at the landing zone. So another thing on the list before the snow starts, I have to do the clutch upgrade with some titanium parts. I bought at the end of last winter on the Polaris Chaos 9R. And I also have some rail tips I need to install on it. So I got to pull the track apart to do that. So the Suzuki, I was using the winch to help with a couple things on the shower sauna on this front porch. And it was just sitting there running, wasn't operating the winch or anything, and it just popped another ignition fuse. So I checked the battery, got good voltage there. I don't have any more 15 amp mini fuses out here, so put a bunch on order. Need to diagnose what's going on with this thing. I think it might have a bare wire somewhere, and it's got a short somewhere. Don't know if that actuator up front here has anything to do with it, but I need to check all the wires. So I'm going to pull all the plastic off next time home and give it a good looking over. There's also been an issue over the years with a bad ground on these machines, so I need to add 2 grounds, one from the battery to the engine, and then I'm going to add one from the rectifier to the frame. See if that helps. A lot of people say that that's helped with their issues that they've had with this machine. A lot of people have had actuator issues and a lot of grounding issues with the Suzuki King Quad. Other than that, everybody loves them. But so I got asked why I don't have a redundant machine out here for the ATV, and so the main reason I don't have a redundant machine is I don't really need it. It's only being used for 4 months out of the year, and all it really does is go between here and the lake, and then back up the trail to here, or down the trail, and then my logging trail goes this way, and it only runs for about half a mile, and then back to the main trail, and then back up to the cabin. So it's really, I could do without an ATV out here, but I could not do without snow machines. Got to go through all this junk wood today. Going to split a lot of it for kindling. The rest of it's going to go down into the burn pit there, which I can't burn until the fire ban goes away. So if you look at this mountain, it's about 6 miles away. Still have some piles of snow up there. And it's almost the end of July.